Hello to the Black Knights here in Tallinn. Hello to the team of Young, the director, screenwriter and producer, Henning Gronkowski, one of the main actresses, Janaina Liesenfeld, and the producer, Anatol Nitschke. Great to have you here in Tallinn.
Thank you.
We're in the woods, and that's very good for the film because this is a very mystical film, very aloof. No, of course not. It's a film about the city. Young is a film about a lifestyle, a feel of the city, of Berlin probably, but more maybe a millennial lifestyle, a generation lifestyle rather than just the city. I just would like to open it up, Henning. You been working on this project for quite a long time, starting it by taking photographs of young people in Berlin, and what drove you to the project? How did it come to you? And maybe an additional question: is it truly a Berlin film, or just a Berlin film, or would you also say, no, this is more about the generation that's all over the world or all over Germany to be found?
It's definitely a generation which is all over the world, spread in niche. It's not the whole use of that, like generation, but it is definitely the niche where I dived in when I was 17, 18. And so I made my experience in this world of darkness, but it's also a world of a lot of important experience you make as a young person. Because you always want to break rules. I wanted. I speak for myself. I cannot speak what other people want, but I try to, make all the experience possible, and find out what is my inspiration in life. What I want to do for living. Who am I? And why is Is this also interesting, especially when it's not allowed, illegal, or a topic where maybe parents don't talk to you so much about, like sexuality, drugs, homosexuality. It's intense in these years, and I remember them quite well, and I just saw when I moved to Berlin, I saw a lot of young people, like 10 years younger than me, doing the same what I did in their age, and
only rougher, even rougher.
I mean, yes, in a different way. It's definitely intense, but it's now really I because I travel a lot, and I saw it in every big city where I went. I found that people, and these people also find each other, and it's I don't want to talk too much. Maybe
no, but a bit more about the process. Okay, you're interested in a subculture, in a younger, you could say a younger yourself. That is kind of very similar to what you were maybe 10 years ago, but very different also. You dive into the subculture. Then you do a photo project. You photographed a lot of people. That was the first step, wasn't it? I mean, what kind of time frame are we talking about to come to Young as we can see it in these days here at PÖFF?
Actually, from my teenager times until today, seriously, because this is this kind of story of my life, and the story of the lives of people I interviewed and photographed, and a topic of what I hear, what's going on also today. So I really try to be very close in the reality, but then stage it with young people who are ready to, we show what's happening in our generation at the moment in Berlin. And maybe in the world.
Young people who are ready. You were definitely ready for the project. There was a casting, as I know. Several hundred people were going there. And first question might be to add to that: were you also part of the photographic project, or what was the first contact when you came together with Henning, or what brought you there to this casting? Because this was a massive event, if I understood it quite right. There was some people gathered there.
Well, first of all, I have to apologize. I'm sick. That's why my voice sounds like this. But I'm still here. So I didn't actually go to the casting.
Okay.
I met Henning as I was getting ready to go out with some friends, because I was at a mutual friend of ours' house, Adrian, and he just happened to be there, and me and a girlfriend of mine, Hannah, were getting ready in the bathroom, and we had the door open. We were just like doing our makeup or something, and Henning walked in and just saw us, said hello, and that was pretty much it. But I saw him once afterwards, and he actually ended up contacting me on Facebook.
Okay.
And I came over, and he explained to me about this project. And when he told me about it, I honestly did not know what he was really talking about. I did not really take him serious. I was more like, oh, this sounds cool, sure. Like, and suddenly 6 months later, step after step, things started coming together. There started to be a casting, other people joining, and it became a huge project suddenly.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
So the character you are playing is called Janaina. So how close? What kind of story or storylines came flooded into this character that are directly yours?
None of it
Or,
really.
or emotions or whatever.
Yeah, none of it really is me, because I am playing a role. But the only reason I was able to play this role so authentically is because I'm familiar with all the problems and the questions this generation asks themselves and has to like face every day. That's the only reason I could play it the way I believe I did.
Mm.
But it's definitely still a role, and this is a feature movie.
Mm.
So.
More than just being, in my opinion at least, a feature movie. You were talking about life has to be lived, experiences have to be made. You said this is a dark thing. I would say it's dark and light.
Yeah, totally.
It's you know, it's like about energy flowing in every direction. And this is like a piece of life that you lived through. Wasn't it a massive leap of faith as well? I mean, really.
Well,
it changed. It must have had a lasting effect or changed you in some ways.
You mean the movie itself?
Yeah.
The filming? Definitely, because for me it was a life-changing like moment, and first of all because I had just finished my Abitur, which is the German diploma.
Yeah.
So I just finished that, went to a festival, and 2 weeks later we started filming, and this was for me like I was starting to become a grown-up in a sense already, but I was still playing this role of this teenager, and yeah, so for me this hit me at a time where I don't know, everything was changing for me, but I was still able to kind of I don't know,
be on set on time.
Yeah. That, yes, was my biggest problem, but I did make that. But
no, that's fine.
for me it was, I think, exactly what I not needed necessarily, but I'm grateful that I was able to have this experience and go through this, because I mean, who else gets this opportunity when you just finished high school? You're not really an actress, you've never done anything like this. So I was super grateful, and it definitely shaped me greatly. I'm not exactly sure how yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we'll see in the next few years.
But probably is the direction now still absolutely acting for you right now?
Well, currently I'm also studying dietetics, so I don't know. I see myself someday having to make a choice, because right now I'm coming back on Monday from a flight at like 8 a.m. and I'm going straight to class, and I'm writing my anatomy exam, and I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but right now I'm still balancing both things. Someday I'm gonna have to make a choice. I don't know which one that will be yet.
Okay.
Because I do enjoy both things, but I always have to remember that the way we film this movie is not how movies are usually done.
Mm.
So do I really want to be in this business? I don't know, but I definitely would be interested in finding out more, because it was very fun. Like, that's all I can say about the whole filming process. It was fun.
Yeah.
Like, we were a family. Yeah.
But let's continue in the former question you had to Henning. That's his strength as a director.
Mm-hmm.
Not only to find these boys and girls, but he has a power to get these kids to play a role, and it's interesting. You never know it is real, or it is fake, or it is direction. Mm-hmm. And that's what I like about him. He has such a power and a lot of charm. And he got all of this, what's in them.
Anatol, maybe another question to you, because you have made a choice long ago to be in the film business. You're one of
long ago.
Producing just in recent years, just to name films that have played a role here at PÖFF, as of my knowing as well. Victoria, and also Herbert by Stuber, and now of course Young. So I just wanted to know, is this a film, because this was completely independently financed, is this a film possibly in the standard sense in German filmmaking, or is this because it struck me as so unique?
I don't think so. I think it's so outside of the official parts of financing in Germany. It's not a low budget movie, it's a non-budget movie. You can say that. I think
it's a non-budget and all energy movie.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
So find a TV programmer who likes such explicit sex we had in the film, who likes drugs in the film. You can find them. In TV broadcast in Germany, you have an average age of consumers about 60. So that's not a film for them. But we need don't need them. We don't need them. We have all these new platforms like Netflix or Amazon or name them. I think that's our future for these edgy types of films.
Yeah, I think actually the movie I made because I was so interested in this generation and in my own and working on my own past but I also made it really for the parents to see what's going on in the life of my kids. So I really want, or to remember. What did I do when I was young? What? Yeah. I sneaked out at night and went to a party and came back home drunk, and after I puked 3 times. Maybe, I don't know. Some situations everybody has had their times as a teenager, and they're so relevant. I mean, they are the future, and we should know them well and find out, what they want and help. I mean,
in that sense, it's probably shocked me most. Let's see what audiences here in Tallinn will think, be it parents or be it young adults. And thank you all for being here.
Hey,
thank
you, Chris.